Monk Mode Gang, you know what's going on. Listen, bro, it is important if you're 20 years old or even if you're 18 years old, listen, and you're serious about life and you want to drive supercars and you don't want to sell your soul, you don't want to fit into society, and you don't want to join a lodge, listen, this video is just for you. And I have a quote. Listen, I have something to tell you. You guys just need to take a decade off and be serious about yourself. You need a decade of pure, intense focus. You need a decade of no sex. Everybody, listen, you need a decade of zero sexual encounters. Zero kisses. Yes, zero kisses from a woman. You need zero back rubs from a woman. Listen, at the end of the day, if she's not a chiropractor, listen, a woman should not be touching you for 10 years, for a decade. Listen, at the end of the day, if you want to be a Lamborghini driver, you need to put in the work for a decade straight. Listen, you need to record content every single day, at least 4 videos a day. Listen, if you're not dropping at least 4 videos a day, you don't want to get monetized. See, I would get a better kick out of life if I say that I created multimillionaires. I've created multimillionaires. Not just me being a multimillionaire. See, listen, Red Pill, those guys, they just want to be the only dude getting the money and they want to give you the 10 steps. No, listen, everybody who watches my content and who's going to still be here from 10 years now, listen, who's still going to be here a decade later after I drop this video, listen, all the people that's going to be here a decade later after I drop this video is for you. This video is not for the guys who's going to watch this, disagree, and they're going to get blocked. And they're not going to be here a decade later. Listen, we are the future Lambo drivers. We are the future supercar drivers. We are the future castle owners. At the end of the day, you got to understand you need to stay focused. You do not need to have sex. Intercourse is a waste of time. Listen, you guys are not getting the beauty pageants. You're not getting Miss America. You're not getting Miss America. So at the end of the day, if you can't date Miss America, what are you smashing that girl who works at Taco Bell for? At the end of the day, yes, she looks good. Okay, so what? That's lust. At the end of the day, she works at Taco Bell. That's not the girl we're looking for. Listen, maybe in the overseas Taco Bell, she can actually speak 7 languages in that Taco Bell. But in America, the Taco Bell, she only speaks English and she has attitude. So at the end of the day, you guys are getting attitude and arguments. That's all you guys are getting. Listen, if I'm worth $30 million and I have a $10 million home in Brazil, what sense does it make bringing a woman who has an attitude? She's only going to bring my kingdom down. At the end of the day, listen, I'm going to be a future supercar driver. I'm only messing with the woman who can speak multiple languages. She can speak 7 different languages. So listen, if I'm on vacation, she can still bring in resources. At the end of the day, she can still sell my rental cars. At the end of the day, listen, biceps and triceps is what we're focusing on. This is our girlfriend in the meantime. In the decade, listen, not the hub. I repeat, not the horns, not the corn sites, not the hub, not X, not Twitter, not Instagram, not Facebook, not Hinge. Become unhinged. The buys and tries will make you unhinged. You don't need to go on Hinge. All you need to do is stay focused and consistent for a decade straight, and the results will pay off if you have buys and tries. If you don't have buys and tries, listen, I can't help you because this is who I make the videos for, the guys with buys and tries. Listen, we're in our 20s, so we need to set the standards for guys a decade earlier than us, and they're like in their 10 years old. Listen, when the younger kids see our YouTube channels, they're not going to be learning about Sexy Red. They're going to be learning about buys and tries. So when they turn 20, they'll have the Ferraris. They'll have Miss Brazil. They'll have Miss Russia that can speak 10 different languages. Not listening to Dr. Umar. And we need to keep the black family together. The black goddess. We don't need to do that. What we need to do is focus on generational runs, because last time I looked at it, skin color does not help you maintain survival. At the end of the day, if you listen to Dr. Umar, you're going to be on child support from the black goddess. The black goddess is going to put you on child support if you refer to her as a black goddess. You worshiping something that's going to put you on child support. At the end of the day, you can't hire these women. I'll be able to hire women. I'll be able to hire Miss Brazil to help sell my Ferrari 488 GTB Spiders. At the end of the day, I'm not worried about the outsiders. I'm not worried about the masses. The masses will never have Miss Russia. They will never date beauty pageants. They will never have 10 to 15 kids with a beauty pageant. They will never hire a beauty pageant. They'll only see a beauty pageant on the hub, the closest thing to a beauty pageant, but she's been smashed to smithereens. Listen, at the end of the day, let the masses be the masses. We're focused on Ferraris. We don't care what they're doing. Listen, they don't work out. The next door neighbor doesn't work out. He's skinny. It does not matter. The guy at Subway, they're selling healthy food, and he's obese. He's 472 pounds, 5'11". At the end of the day, listen, it doesn't matter. We're focused on Ferraris. We have to think outside the box, the bigger picture. Listen, you have to think decades. You have to think in a decade. Listen, don't give up after 2 years. Listen, think in terms of 10 years. Listen, a decade. At the end of the day, a decade of pure patience and focus and drive and will and faith, you will get there. And if you're a content creator, you can make 12 million in a month. Sim retention game actually is monk mode game. You know what's going on. Listen, bro.